Iran's message to the world continues to be clear. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi declared just a couple of days ago that uranium enrichment will continue despite devastating Israeli and American strikes that, according to the attackers, crippled Iran's nuclear facilities just last month, June 13th onwards. But here's the twist. Iran says they're still open to talks, despite saying we're going to keep enriching uranium, but we're still willing to talk. Araghchi called enrichment a matter of national pride after the June attacks that killed over 900 Iranians and set back their nuclear program by 1 to 2 years, according to the Pentagon. Now, these strikes happened right as US-Iran nuclear negotiations were progressing in May. Coincidence? I think not. That's a Pixar film reference, by the way. It's this weird teacher that teaches Dash. Anyway, before we continue, guys, I just want to mention really quickly, this is how you can make sure you don't miss my videos, even if you don't have them coming up on your on your For You page on the regular. Sorry, it's uncut. You're gonna have stupid mess ups occasionally. So hopefully I've got a video showing. You just click on the picture in this region on the right from my video, then you're on my profile. That's called a bio. Right, from there you can click the bell in the top right and make sure you click all instead of personalized, so you get notifications whenever I post something. That's it. Now back to the video. The US and Iran were in the middle of negotiations, right? Fun fact that Western news sources won't keep hammering home that point, even though it's extremely important. They were in specifically nuclear negotiations when Israel attacked. That's not a coincidence. It was part of Israel's panicked jolt into action that they struck Iran while the US and Iran were in negotiations. If these two made a deal, then Iran won't be as hostile to us, which is what Israel was thinking, and won't be as hostile towards the US, and the US vice versa won't be as hostile towards Iran. How can Israel, then start up a war in the region and use it to justify direct and indirect expansion of this occupation-based country of mine? How can I do that if these two great regional powers come to the negotiation table and actually come out with a deal? America must not make a deal with Iran. That's the Israeli objective. So they sent in the F-35s, and they did on June 13th, sent it in. Now, Iran's enrichment facilities at Natanz and Fordow and Isfahan lie reportedly severely damaged, at least superficially. Yet Iran insists they'll rebuild and they will continue. By the way, if you ever hear in the news, including myself actually, say that Tehran did this or Washington decided this, what will this mean for Moscow? What it means is this geopolitical talk for saying the government of that country. So instead of saying Russia did this, if I say Moscow did this, what I'm saying is the Russian administration, which sits in the capital of the country, Moscow, did this. Okay, fun fact. Just to keep you guys developing your geopolitical and reporting skills. Now, why does this statement from Iran matter? Well, Iran currently enriches uranium to 60% publicly, far beyond the 3.67% needed for civilian use, according to the US, and definitely close to 90% needed for weapons-grade uranium. If you can get to 60%, by the way, you can very easily get to 90%. The technical aspect is not insurmountable. There's no huge breakthrough that's needed. If you can enrich that far, you can just keep enriching, by and large. I'm oversimplifying, of course. Now, the Atomic Agency, the one that spent years inspecting Iran, but never steps foot in Israel. Sorry, I'm distracted by the wiring. I've just messed it up today. The Atomic Agency that doesn't look at Israel but always looks at Iran for the nuclear purpose, for the purpose of nuclear enrichment and assessment of the capabilities of the Iranian nuclear program. The Atomic Agency is worried that Iran can potentially make 10 nuclear warheads already. And of course, they have the ballistic missile technology of already, as we definitely know, to strap a warhead onto the end of and launch wherever they feel they need to. Now, Trump is demanding zero enrichment from Iran, which Trump, Trump's not an idiot. Despite how hard he may try to convince you that he is, he's not. Okay, hear me out. He's old and not the sharpest knife in the kitchen drawer anymore, or wherever you keep your knives, but he's not stupid. He knows Iran won't agree to 0%. He's been president for 4 years, even before this term. So he knows that, and he's still making that demand of Iran, saying you must be enriching to 0%. Basically, you can't have a program, a nuclear program. But he'll use that demand for a future justification of American aggression if he needs to. It's a card that he can keep in his back pocket. I don't know who has a back pocket here. Okay, back pocket. He can keep it in his back pocket. And he can say, I said that you can't enrich past 0% and you didn't listen. So I have a reason for war, a casus belli, a cause for war. And sure enough, he's already threatened more strikes because Iran is enriching. It continues to enrich uranium. Of course, Iran... I'm too tired today, guys. Let me try again. Of course, Iran refuses to abandon what they call a scientific achievement for the nation and a source of national pride. So the world is witnessing a high-stakes nuclear standoff between the great regional power of Iran and the global great power of the United States. By the way, guys, please do drop comments in the comment section of this video and bookmark it and heart it. It really helps me push it in the algorithm, especially since I suspect there's a lot of throttling going on. Loads of people who used to get all my videos in their For You page, they still care about the topics, they still want to know the truth, they still want to know the news unbiased without the Western spin, but it's just not showing up for them. So if you do drop comments, it seems to push the videos out further. So do help me out. If you care about what I do, do spend, give me 5 seconds of your time. That's all I ask. Give me 5 seconds, pop in a comment that takes 5 seconds to write out. Let me know how, what kind of comment you can write in 5 seconds. I would love to know what kind of comment someone can write in 5 seconds. It depends on how quick you type as well, I suppose, and help me push the news out. Anyway, there's European talks scheduled for this Friday in Turkey, which could be significant in that it may or may not stop snapback sanctions on Iran from the European powers, if not the American power, which would be another hit to the Iranian economy. Check my video on my page from yesterday or 2 days ago on snapback sanctions. And of course, all this time, regardless of what Europe's doing, what America's doing, all this time, Israel and Iran, they've both been gearing up for round 2. Will they step back into the ring? That is the question. The Persian lion and the Israeli, well, I don't know actually, the Israeli something. Give me a symbolic animal for Israel, guys. I'm all ears. As you can see, they stick out. I don't know what to call the Israelis, to be honest, as a symbolic creature of their nation. Anyway, time will tell how things turn out, and I'll be here, of course, to report to you the news and the analysis, unbiased and without the Western spin. My name is Mahfouz. Nearly forgot that one. See you on the next one. Too tired today.